Donkey Kong Bananza released and it is fantastic. The gameplay incredible, the level design superb as always for Nintendo 3D platformers, but there is one thing that called out to me above anything else in this game. You can destroy absolutely everything. As I played through it, I could only think of that I want to destroy an entire level in this game, but it was only after I reached a certain point in the game and unlocked a certain very powerful Bananza transformation that I realized, wow, this is going to be incredibly easy. Like, way too easy. There's no way someone doesn't just do this in a day. I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way. And so began a journey that would take me well over 20 hours, all to find out, can I destroy an entire level in Donkey Kong Bananza if I stubbornly refuse to use any of the game's transformations? Let's set up the run. Obviously, no transformations. No Kong, no Zebra, no Flying Ostrich, and especially not the other guy. I will only be allowed to utilize my punches and the rocks I pick up from the ground to fully destroy an entire layer. Which layer, you ask? This one. Hilltop layer. I wanted to pick somewhere that was early enough in the game to not really be a spoiler, but also a layer that would look really cool once fully destroyed. And no other layer fits the bill as well as Hilltop layer. The entirety of this place is destructible. There's no water, no weird required platforming segments, nothing that could pose much of a threat as far as unbreakable material goes. Once we are done, this place will be utterly devastated. With all that out of the way, let's begin. Welcome to the Hilltop layer. And this is how it begins. Should we start with just this little area here? Jump down and the timer starts. And so it begins. Okay, so doing this by hand, how long will it take me realistically? I've played Minecraft all my life. I know terraforming projects. This is the equivalent of doing a Minecraft terraforming project without a beacon and a stone pickaxe, essentially. That's what we're doing right now. That's what we're attempting to do. It's torture. Especially knowing that I have the Efficiency 5 Netherite pickaxe maxed out diamond beacon right here, and I just can't use it. So let's just see how long this is going to take us. We are 1 minute in, one of many. One of many. Just how long will I have commentary before I start losing my mind? We'll find out soon enough. Now, one thing that I am thinking about, is it a smart idea to start from bottom up, or should I be going from top to bottom? After all, I presume it's going to become a lot harder to hit things if they happen to get stuck on top. Like look at this thing. Like, do I have to do that to get rid of it? Ooh. How am I going to make sure I didn't miss a single one of those? I'm gonna have to walk through a bunch of times, just making sure that I didn't miss a single little thing. I wonder just how much gold I'll end up with after the end of this challenge. If you're curious too, look at the top left. I'm terrible with directions. Top right, I'm at 35k right now. By the end of this video, just how much money will I have? See this speck of dirt? That's gonna be a problem. As we're getting into the challenge here, I wanted to explain a bit of the strategy. When destroying things without a Bananza transformation, you always want to start from the top to the bottom of any given area you're working on. Because if you happen to leave any destructible terrain left behind just floating in the air, it's going to become increasingly annoying to destroy it later. Also, I had to account for any little bits of dirt and rock that were stuck to the ground or stuck to the wall or floating in the air, so making sure I leave as little of those behind as I can is essential to ensuring that this challenge doesn't take as long to come out as Silk Song. That's how high the mountain was. You can see the dirt layer. In almost 20 minutes, we went down this far on this tiny mountain. Uh-oh. You know, I'm starting to go insane from the little 5 seconds of loop background music that this area has just been playing for the past 48 minutes. It's just that. It's just that. With nothing else. I'm losing my mind. I'm punching through dirt, endless dirt, the Sisyphean task with the same 30-second loop background music. I'm actually losing my mind. Oh my god. This is not just a test of endurance, resilience, and skill. It is also a test of your mental health and capacity to survive adversity. This is therapy, and I hate therapy. Just throwing it out there real quick, we're approaching the 50-minute mark on this challenge, and that's longer than this entire YouTube video. I haven't even finished breaking this first little segment of the map yet. I don't know, just a fun little fact for you. 1 hour in, and this is how the map looks. Wow! What amazing progress! This is incredible! We'll be done in no time! Okay, but for real, in 1 hour of work, this is what was done. In 1 hour. Yup. I have a long way ahead of me. At least this challenge gives me a pretty good excuse to listen to some music that I've been wanting to listen to. I'm currently listening through the Deltarune Chapter 3+4 soundtrack. Toby Fox is a musical genius. 20 hours by Friday. If I do 5 hours every day of punching, I'll be at a 20-hour mark Friday. I don't think I can do this in 20 hours. I think it'll be more. I need to break more than 5 hours a day. Wait, I can create grass? Yes! I'm actually terraforming this area. Look at that. This is deep below a mountain. And somehow I'm just creating grass. I know it's funny to say this when I'm just breaking dirt for the past 2 hours, but this game really is good. It's so good. It makes me feel like next generation is here. 10 seconds left for the 3-hour mark. This is the progress in 3 hours. That's it. That's it. All right. It's done. Let me delineate the next little area. It should go from here. I'm sure you're wondering by this point, but we're 3 hours into this run and haven't even destroyed the first little segment of the map yet. There is no way this is sustainable pace, right? Well, yeah, the more observant amongst you might have noticed, but I was kind of really forgetting something very crucial for the first 3 hours of the run. So much money! Oh my god! It turned over. 100,000. And it didn't cap at 99k. This will be fun. Can we get 1 million golden bonanza? Holy crap. This video doubles as a double challenge. It doubles as a double challenge. No? Yes? Double the double. It's double the double. Can we get 1 million gold in Donkey Kong Bonanza? Wait. I noticed something. Did it take me over 3 hours and 20 minutes to notice I can do this? Oh my god. Oh my god. This is a game changer. I forgot I can use stone to break dirt. Oh my god. Guys, you can stop writing those comments. You can stop the comment. I noticed my mistake. It only took me 3 freaking hours. Oh, it smashes through stone. Okay, this makes the process easier. Oh, thank God. How did it take me over 3 hours to notice I can just do this? Never underestimate a person's inability to think. Because I don't think. I'm a monkey. I don't think. Don't blame me. Monkey used stone. Monkey entered the Stone Age. Monkey knows stone better for breaking. Let's go. Oh, big stone. Big stone. Oh, this one's peak. Oh, it's broken. It's over. Fun time over. I've messed up. No, this little mess up is going to cost me a bunch. I got so excited using the stones to break things that I made a mess for myself to clean up. From one side to the other, from one side to the other, from one side to the other. A ginormous wall of stone and dirt. That is insane. After 4 hours and 20 minutes, we start revealing the shape of the map from below. What was hidden beneath the dirt and rubble gets exposed to the sunlight. I had a really good idea. Something must be done before we can keep progressing. There we go. Now that's a good use of my time. Having now entered the Stone Age, I started developing some better strategies for breaking things optimally. While holding a stone, DK does very wide swings from side to side, which are great to break things horizontally, but vertically? Not so much. That's why learning the spacing of these stone swings became key to ensuring I wasn't leaving any floating terrain behind, which would then be a pain in the butt to clear up. And I still left a lot of terrain behind. A lot. I'm gonna take this and use it to break stuff. This should speed up the process. Oh, what? It's made out of the unbreakable material, isn't it? Oh no, those are like different cinnamons? I've been breaking stuff for 4.5 hours straight, okay? Oh my god. Symbols. Those are different symbols, so I guess those are more resilient symbols. If this is the result of 5 hours of breakage, oh my god, we're in it for a very, very wild ride, aren't we? Don't forget the little underground. It's there too. I turned the entire cliffside into dirt. Looks like a completely different map from this angle. That's so weird. You're not gonna run away? Sure. I'm sorry, buddy. You're sideways. And we are approaching the 6-hour mark and the end of my first day. And to think that after 6 hours, I were probably like, what, 20% of the way? We'll look at the map. As soon as it hits 6 hours, I will open up the map. And that's it for today. 3 more seconds, 2 more seconds, and this is what was done in 6 hours of play. We covered the back of this first mountain and a good part of this side of the map, including the first big cave. Apparently, I missed a little spot right there. Good to know. And a little spot right here. Good to know also. Day 1 is done. We still have a long road ahead of us, but the progress has been good so far. This is how much gold we ended up with after day 1. This is how many bananium chips we have now. And this is how the map looked before day 1. And now it looks like this. That's right. Solid progress. Let's keep that going for day 2. And I am back for day 2. Another 6 hours of breaking dirt in Donkey Kong Bananza newly released video game instead of actually playing the newly released video game. I personally don't think I could have used my time any better. This might be the best thing ever. I actually rolled credits before I started this challenge. I wanted to start it immediately because I thought, okay, there's no way that this game is going to be better than Mario Odyssey. There's no way this game is better than Mario Odyssey. Mario Odyssey is Mario Odyssey. And that right there is a fact. And funnily enough, Mario Odyssey wasn't even one of my favorite 3D platformers from Mario. I much prefer Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2, and I'm one of those freaks that likes 3D World more than Odyssey. So I thought, surely, if this game here isn't even going to be better than Odyssey, it's not gonna make it into my favorites. Not only in my opinion, you know, feel free to judge me for this opinion, and it might be recency bias, so keep that in mind. This game is not only better than Mario Odyssey, it fixes most of the issues I had with Mario Odyssey. In that game, I was always kind of frustrated that to progress through the kingdoms, you needed a certain number of moons, but it didn't really matter which moons you got. And sure, it opened up space for, you know, some choices. And it was good for speedruns in a way, because people got to build their own routes. But also, a couple months after the game's release, everyone just found out that to do it faster, to do it better, to do it more optimally, it was just better to skip most of the story segments of the game. Like, a lot of the boss fights are just, they take too long, they're dumb. Why would you ever go through the effort of going for the multi-moons when they just give you 3 power moons? It felt like the prizes in that game were always a bit off to me. And this game very much fixes that, because you're not actually using the bananas you get to progress the story directly. They give you the skill points to make your character stronger, but technically you don't need to get a single one. It feels more like a journey, and I prefer it. Not only that, the gameplay of this game is absurd. Having the entire world be breakable opens up so much. Clearing the final layer of dirt, revealing the bedrock beneath is always the most satisfying part of this. It's like an entire segment finally going away. An entire section of the map being cleared all at once. And it's done. Okay, just for context, take a look at how high this is. Look at the amount of dirt that I have to shovel through, and it extends all across the entire map. Don't get me started on this bit. We'll leave that for later. Now it is time to tackle this first mud area. The problem with mud that makes it even more annoying is this. I can't actually climb mud. It's going to be even more annoying to try and break it all. Thankfully, it breaks as easy as dirt, but it's going to be super annoying to get it all. And I have to make sure I'm starting from the top, because if I don't, it's going to be really hard to get up there again. Good news! Mud turned out to be not as annoying as I thought it would be. By starting from the top, I was able to mitigate most of the negative effects of not being able to climb through mud, and I was wearing this pair of pants that helped a lot with speed in the mud, meaning that this was essentially just a plane of easily breakable dirt. I definitely did get my hopes up too early though, because the next area was hiding something terrible beneath its surface. The sheer amount of footage of nothing but hitting stuff with rocks from side to side over and over again that I will have in my possession after this is done is honestly quite incredible. Hundreds and hundreds of gigabytes, hours and hours of delicious footage, useful to nothing but this specific challenge. What do you think Cranky Kong's thinking of all of this? Poor Cranky, he's just looking out, seeing the world get destroyed around him, sitting on his little cloud. It's like, oh, I'm never getting down from here, am I? It's over. So good news is this is moving faster than expected. Thankfully, mud isn't that difficult to break through. Yeah, we're already almost down to ground layer. One more pass on everything and then it's ground layer. And that's another segment done. In only 30 minutes it's gonna be. Wow, only 30 minutes for a segment of the map? That's so good compared to everything else. I've been listening to Donkey Kong screaming for so long now that his screams are starting to sound like Ganon from Smash Bros. And now it's time to clear this entire floor. Oh my god, yes! Finally! This is the most satisfying part. Take a look at all this. And now, editor me, 1,000,000,000% speed. A couple more hits, done! This segment was a lot easier, thankfully, meaning that all of this probably won't be too hard either. The map's floating? Look at that. It only touches the ground at the very edge. I just noticed. The entire map is actually floating right above the surface. You see that? Oh, it's not actually mixing with the bedrock below. Look at the amount of stone in this area. Oh my god. Look at the amount of stone here. That is just a tiny layer of mud. Everything here is stone. That's the final boss. This right here, this is the final boss. Yeah, turns out it was foreshadowing all along, wasn't it? Because of the stone. Because of the stupid stone floor being humongous in size. Ah. 8 hours and 6 minutes. There he goes. Yes! This is going to be the first little mountain area that I'm taking on. Construction is complete. Oh no, it's not. We're just getting started. I'm just begging to find like a secret technique that's gonna save us 5 hours. But no, doesn't seem like that's going to be the case, unfortunately. Yeah, it wasn't really the case, but I did figure out a slightly faster way of breaking stone that only applies to when you're close to an unbreakable wall or close to the surface. So that's at least something to help us go a little bit faster. At this point, it's all about these small optimizations, making sure I stay breaking terrain at all times. Any downtime to go get more stone because one broke or something adds up really fast. Oh, it ends here? You're kidding? Oh, no. That's so much more stone to break. Come on, game. They really don't use much unbreakable scenery at all in this layer. That's the reason why I picked it, yes, but also, my goodness, it's a lot. This is how the map looks after 9 hours. It's getting there. It's definitely getting there now, okay? It's definitely getting there. This is so doable. You're pretty amazing, you know that? You've smashed through 20,000 meters of stone in this layer. I think I did a little bit more than that. Unfortunately, it maxes out at 100,000, but let's just say that if I've done 23,000 of concrete, then these are probably nearing 1 million, if not more. Onwards to 10 hours. That's my new strategy. I finally leveled up. This is it. Oh, look at that. Okay, this is a much better way of going about breaking stone. Oh my god. Thank god. This exists. Now, don't get me wrong. It still takes way longer than dirt. But at least now I feel like I can break this relatively faster. Look at its entire area of stone gone. And there's so much more. 10 hours. So in 10 hours, we have destroyed the entirety of the backside of this little mountain area, wraps around, and then the entire right side of the map, including a cave, and actually two. There was a cave right here too. We went around the big banana, keeping this part for last. Wraps around, and now we're over halfway done with the left side of the map. Just under 11 hours in, another segment is done. And this one was the most painful so far. The amount of stone in this mountain area was simply unheard of. There you go. All right, now I'm just going to cut through this banana here. Straight line that goes... Woo. That's not a straight line, that's a curved line. And now for the results of day 2. Progress actually sped up today despite the terrain containing a lot of harder to break materials like stone everywhere. And that's mostly because of that first easy area with the mud, but also because after doing this for 12 hours, I started to get pretty good at it. I got in the groove and I started being able to destroy things faster than I was in day 1. And it really shows. This is how much money we have now. This is the amount of coins. This is how the map looked before. And this is how it looks now. A lot of progress. Welcome to day 3 of punching my way through an entire world. So where do we begin today? I think we should just start by separating this area here from the rest. Or perhaps should we go on a bit of a side quest down here? Yeah, let's start up here. Let's start up here and we'll do the side quest later today. Sounds good. At first I thought, oh, there's no way this project is gonna last 20 hours even. And then the more I started digging, the more I realized that, oh crap, there's no way this project isn't going to last 20 hours at least. But now I think I'm getting in the groove of these things. A lot of what's left is dirt. Sure, we have the big banana, but a lot of what's left is dirt apart from that. So I feel like if I just keep going like this, maybe we are about just over halfway through. We're almost at 1,000 bananium chips collected too. That's fantastic. Let me get that one. 998. We're going to break the 1,000 mark very soon. And I don't think we're going all the way to 2,000 with that one. These are harder to come by. 1,000! Yay! That one counted for 2 because I'm wearing a tie that sometimes doubles bananium chips, and I can do just one pass through now. Look at that. Ah, that's what I'm living for. That's what we are alive for. That's what this life it's all about. I really am becoming monkey brained, aren't I? I'm becoming too DK pilled from this. Look at how amazingly satisfying this is. This is like better than those ASMR videos that people post to YouTube. Like, I don't know, cutting through some very colorful Play-Doh or something. This is like that, but better. Because I paid $70 to experience it. Oh god. Is that a little bit of stone? Oh, I'm not missing you. Perfect. That was a lot of particles for such a... Wait, did this just pop out of that? Sure. It's done. Die. I think it's time for us to take a little detour. We should just jump down this hole and figure out what's going on down there. Shall we? This next bit's got some funny business going on. As I stated when I started the challenge, I picked this sub-layer because it doesn't have any weird like water or any material that stops us from destroying destructible terrain. And that is true for the main sub-layer. But if you go below ground, now we have a couple problems. Is there some floating plants there? What? Okay, sure. The plant is unbreakable. Did they intend for people to break that at all? Is that supposed to go... Okay. Sure. Awesome. Alright, I've broken everything that's above the ground, but there's a lot of this annoying dirt that's been left behind that I need to get to, and it's annoying. I have to jump? No, can I? Okay, that worked. Can I do it with my hands? I cannot. But if I do go like this, yeah. I have to jump, hit down. Let's just like not fall in this hole, by the way, because that would mean restarting the entire challenge. I just noticed that. So like, let's not do that. That is making me hurt. Just thinking about that, okay? Let us just destroy that. Perfect. Everything above ground is destroyed. Okay, this is as much as I can break down here. Everything up here, most of that, the 2 areas in this hole. Most is broken. However, there is a little bit of annoying terrain that is outside of the map reach that I cannot break. These ones that are just, I don't even know why they're there. They're completely outside of the play area. They're just floating in a space of nothingness. And these little bits, which are below water, and unfortunately, without a Bananza transformation, I don't think I can reach them. Maybe even with Bananza transformations, they're just too far down under the water, and you can't reach them. But well, that's a minor inconvenience, and they're hidden underwater anyway. Who cares? Now I'm going to leave this room because I am scared of that hole, and I will never, ever, ever return here again. Until I learn how to phase through walls, these little bits will remain, unfortunately. They're not even in the playable area. They're not visible. Why did the developers even add those there? Just for minimap aesthetics, I think? Leaving behind only a convenient subscribe-shaped area in the map. How curious. I think it's about time we go all the way around here to up here, maybe. You know what I should do? I should just get rid of the wall here, because this is something I should have done before that I didn't do because I was silly in the head, and now it's gonna be harder to do. So I'm just gonna get rid of the walls that I haven't yet. Maybe see if we can finish that today and have day 4 be the last one. That would be awesome. Alright, I'll vent a little. Destroying these areas next to Unbreakable Wall was really annoying. If I add up the time it took to destroy all of them, it probably sums up to more than 2 hours in the final time, which doesn't sound like much, but when you're destroying such a little amount of terrain, moving so slowly through the map, just handling a couple of walls, it feels like you're making no progress at all, and even using the best strategies I could come up with, there was nothing I could do. It was just really slow. Day is like the side quest day, right? We're just tying up all those loose ends, getting a lot of that dirt out of the way in the middle of the map, and now fixing up this entire mess that I have made for myself. And then once all this is done, tomorrow the only things that are going to be standing between us and finishing the challenge are the last 2 big areas. I can't wait, honestly. Current me is really hating past me right now for just not breaking this side of the cliff when I had the chance. It would have taken a little bit longer. Yes, it would have, but I'm pretty sure it would have been faster than whatever I'm having to do now, unfortunately. All right, I'm just gonna go back to hitting some dirt for a while. This has become my way of just grounding myself back in reality so I don't go insane. I get to actually make some good progress while destroying this dirt. I need to savor it while I still have the option, because soon enough, I won't have any option at all. It takes such a long time to break just this little amount of stone right here. I'm struggling to get through this. This is just stone. All of this. It's all stone, and so is this. It's just all stone. It's mostly all stone now. 5 more minutes today. The last 5 minutes of day 3. I think I did a pretty fantastic amount of progress today. Tomorrow I'll get started with this area, breaking all of this mountain. In fact, tomorrow the entire 6 hours might be just handling this area. The village will be surprisingly quick, so I might actually start by taking care of the village. I'll see you guys tomorrow in a second because the video continues. Day 3 is concluded, and with the side quests out of the way, only 2 major areas remain to be destroyed. The village and mountains surrounding it, and this big bundle of stone bananas. This is how the map looked before we began day 3. This is how it looks now, the amount of coins we got, and the amount of money we now have. Day 4, here we are. Right back at this section right here. Can we finish today? Definitely this entire section here, right? We can definitely do everything here today. Surely, 6 hours? That's enough. Now this, it scares me. It's so imposing when you look at it compared to the rest of the map. Just the height, the fact that it's all stone. I know that inside this area here, it's probably a lot of unbreakable. Oh wait, it's not. We can worry about the problems of the future when they become our problems. That's great advice. You should do that. Don't care about the problems until they're exploding in your face. Trust me. Perfect idea. Would recommend. Looking at this, it just reminds me of how far we've come. As I start another day of breaking dirt, I look around me and I see the progress. I see how far we've come, and it really does feel like it all matters. Like it all means something. Like I'm not just sitting around and hitting dirt with a stone. for 18 hours, 4 minutes, and 50 seconds. Done. Alright, before we start destroying this entire little peaceful village here, they've just been watching the world get destroyed around them. Seeing everything they know and love cease to exist right in front of their eyes. And don't worry, buddy. Your time is coming soon. There's this area. And I'll be honest, like, almost completely forgot about its existence. And it looks like it'll be one of those annoying ones to break. I should start by breaking close to the ceiling, because if I don't do it now, it's just gonna be worse. And while I'm destroying all of this stone, here's a couple fun facts about stone. Did you know that there are over 4,000 different types of minerals and rocks in the planet? Talk about gameplay variety! The stones found in Hilltop Layer look very similar to light gray coral stone, a type of sedimentary rock composed of fossilized marine organisms. That explains why you can find so many fossils in the level. Trust me, it is now canon! Donkey Kong Bonanza takes place in the far future after all the water reservoirs underground were emptied away, leaving behind mountains of fossilized remains that Donkey Kong can now use to double jump, given the well-known fact that marine life can do that. I hate that it just leaves this little stupid stones in the ceiling. I'm gonna try to leave the middle of this roof standing, just floating, so it's easier to shoot it all down later. Because there's no running away from having to shoot down at least a good part of this, just given the way this cave is structured. Couple more hits. 1, 2, and 3. Done. 19 hours and 13 minutes. My god, that was almost an hour! Almost an hour in this little room. I can't say I expected it. I'll start by clearing out around the portal because I don't want to accidentally hit that or go to the menu and then panic and just somehow reset the entire challenge. Look, it took me 3 hours to notice I could use stones to hit things, okay? I'm not putting it past myself that I find some way to just completely reset my progress. I need to downswing the entirety of the village area. Okay, maybe this will take a while. Wait, I don't think this guy is breakable, right? I think you respawn, don't you, buddy? I'll just break everything around you instead. You're just gonna be floating there, aren't you? It won't even fall if I break everything around it? It is magical. Truly the most powerful being of this universe. Why can't I break the stone near the floor anymore? Specifically up here. Down there it was fine. I never had this problem down there. How is there a chest in there? It's like they filled this area with stone, even though it's impossible to even reach there. That's why it interacts weird. Look, there's stone below here, enough to even spawn a chest, but there's no way of actually reaching that area. So they just decided to fill this bit with stone. And that's why the hitboxes interact so weirdly up here. Because obviously, down in the ground level, there's no stone below the bedrock, because that's just the edge of the map. But here, for some reason, they decided to fill the inside of this unbreakable with stone, which leads me to believe that maybe they designed the mountains first. They designed all of the breakable geometry of the level first, and then afterwards they came back and added these unbreakable surfaces to where they thought it would be necessary, which is pretty interesting. And I guess it does make sense from a game design perspective, but it is now very annoying to deal with for my very specific purpose. Scoobity bop. These tunes don't stop. That activated a part of my brain I wanted to keep silent forever. What are you yapping about, bro? Get off of YouTube Shorts. After I'm done with that area, I'll level this mountain here to be to the same level of this. And then I'll handle everything else at once. I just wanted to play a little bit of Mario Kart World and chill earlier this morning. I woke up and the first thing I thought to myself was, damn, I want to play some Mario Kart World today. I missed that game. I miss Mario Kart. I want to get some knockout tours in just for fun before I start working on Bonanza. And then I remembered, oh yeah, I'm soft blocked here. 21 hours down. Yes. I don't know why I'm celebrating the fact that I spent 21 hours here, but yes. Punch this. Die. It took me 21 hours and 1 minute to realize this. This game has auto jump. I am not pressing the jump button. The more you know. You know, you really start noticing some wacky stuff going on when you spend so long doing something clearly unintended in these games. The more I dug, the more weird quirks about the terrain I found out about. Just look at this. There is actually just a random layer of dirt here after all this stone. I'm really happy about that. It's specifically a path from one side to the other right here and nowhere else. Around this tower, it's still just stone. And I'm pretty sure everything that way is just gonna be all stone still. Look at that. There's 2 dirt paths inside this stone pathway here. There's a lot of paths in one sentence. That just makes the end of this process a lot faster. Essentially half of what I have to get through now is dirt. And I miss breaking dirt. Almost done. 1, 2, 3. Pick it up. 1, 2, 3. Done! Look at this map now! Wow! The entirety of this stone mountain is broken. The city and all the areas surrounding it, all broken. Let's take a look up here. Look at how crazy this looks. This feels so insane. That looks like a giraffe. I think it's time, unfortunately, to destroy the conveniently shaped subscribe island in the middle of the map. Look, it's not just because it's going away that you shouldn't subscribe, okay? This is a necessary evil. In fact, you should subscribe right now to keep the memory alive. And done! Oh, it looks so cool! I'm so happy with this. It's all broken. Everything destroyed. Everything is gone. Missing just the banana. This is definitely not going past tomorrow, and it feels so good to say that this challenge is actually nearing completion after over 23 hours. Almost an entire consecutive day of just mining. So something just came to my mind for no reason. I finished the entirety of Donkey Kong Bonanza in under 20 hours. At least that's what my Switch 2 tells me. I had over 600 bananas in less than 25 hours. I don't know, just thought I should mention it right now. No reason. Yo, who else eats a banana from top to bottom? Oh, no, not like that. Like this. Yes. Yeah, me too. Donkey Kong acts like we're standing on mud right now, even though this is stone, but there's mud particles coming out of it, and when you hit the floor, it glitches everything. I don't think they actually intended anyone to break through this area of the map, which is pretty silly considering if they made a world that's fully destructible, they gotta expect people to do what I'm doing, right? Okay, maybe they expect people to do it with the transformations, where it's like so fast you can't notice it. I'm not doing that. You gave me fists. I'm gonna use them to hold rocks and smash them against each other until the job is done, okay? I would appreciate if my floor didn't bug. 0 out of 10 game. Literally unplayable because of this. And we are approaching the infamous 24-hour mark. I have spent an entire day just breaking stuff and... Oh, don't pop out of the floor. I did not give you permission. There we go. Oh, it's back to 0. Timer troubleshooting aside, this was a great day. Things are moving along very nicely and I am ready for the final confrontation. This is how the map started today, and this is how it looks now. This is the amount of gold we have and the amount of chips. The final day is upon us. We are back for the final day. Soon we will have 400,000 gold in this account. I don't think I could spend all this gold even if I wanted to. Like if I went to every shop and bought everything available, I don't think it'd make a dent. We're like halfway through the second banana now, 44 minutes in today. Considering we have already done the banana on the other side, and that took about just over an hour, this one shouldn't take much longer than that either. And then we have this middle one, which I presume is a little bigger, but it shouldn't take 2 hours. So by halfway through the day, we'll have this entire segment done and we'll only need to destroy this mountain back here. Sounds like it'll take about 4 to 5 hours. I can't believe that we've come this far, to be honest. And now I feel like the appreciation that I have for what they did with this game's design in general has just grown to be a lot larger. It's kind of crazy that after 25 hours of non-stop punching, everything just runs fine. Like, can you believe the game just keeps this stored in its memory? Like, all of this. that I destroyed in a 3D platformer that looks like this, plays like this. Even after 25 hours of destruction, everything I did, it's stored in the game's memory and it doesn't lag, it doesn't cause performance issues, which this game suffers from sometimes, but right now, like, considering the insanity that this run is, there's no problems. As always, we're gonna go from top to bottom to try and minimize that pain as much as we can. It is done. The middle banana is out of the way entirely. Look at that. Just looking at this feels so extraordinary. Just knowing that everywhere here, everywhere you see around me, I had to punch my way through. I had to whack a stone at everything around me. You see, this will be very problematic, I'm noticing. The true final boss all along. How am I going to break this without completely destroying my chances? Maybe I can bait them into falling down in this pit. Okay, there it is. Ow. We must make sure to not fall in there. Okay, now they're all going to be falling down into that cave area, and I can hopefully break everything around them now. Wait. Oh my god. I just noticed. I have broken so far down. Wait, don't look up. Don't look up. They'll start popping out again. Okay, look at that. I have broken through so much of this mountain. I have gone so far down that now the spike balls above me, they don't spawn unless I look up. If I look up, they start spawning again. So I'm just gonna pretend that there is no heaven. There is no heaven for DK. Just look down. Down is all you know. Soon we will be entering the 28th hour of this challenge, and I think that is the last hour. Well, I don't think, I'm certain. I'm not gonna take an hour to destroy just this last remaining bit. So soon we are entering the last hour of the challenge. I can't believe we've come this far. What a journey it has been. And there we go. 28 hours. That's how long it takes, roughly. Oh my god. Why did I do this? Why did I do this? Okay, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. I feel like destroying the world like this has given me some improved appreciation for what the developers were going for here. And I think that this game, it will stand the test of time. And for sure, it'll become many people's favorite 3D platformer. The Odyssey of the new generation, even though we're probably going to get a 3D Mario, I'd assume we're not that far off from that either, because it's been, what, almost 10 years? But I don't think DK will be forgotten as the first 3D platformer, the first true exclusive 3D platformer on Switch 2, doing what it does, entirely destructible maps like this. It's impressive. It fits on a screen. It fits in one screen now. Look at this. I don't even have to move the camera. This is all that's left in the entire map. This is all that's left. And I have to break it the slow way. You know what? I don't mind. It's fitting. We'll go at it slow. Chunk jump away, baby. Pointing us to the end. Wrong message, but you've got the right idea. This way towards the finish. Oh my god. It's here. One more punch. Another more punch. 28 hours, 11 minutes, and 4 seconds. There is nothing else in the entire map. And so it is proven you can destroy an entire level in Donkey Kong Bonanza without ever using transformations. I still can't believe I did this. This was a lot of work. This is how much money we ended up with, and this is how many chips we now got. Can almost afford a month's rent. Thank you so much for watching to the end, and thank you to the channel patrons for helping out. If you too want to help out, the links are in the description. There's tons of cool stuff in Patreon, like exclusive discussion videos and more. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Goodbye!